When someone is considering filing bankruptcy, there are a lot of questions and concerns they may have. They may be worried about having to forfeit their property and may think they will have to surrender their property, such as vehicles, houses, pensions, household goods, etc. There are certain occasions where debtors may have to turn over to the trustee some of their property. However, this does not happen often, and it only happens if the property cannot be exempted or if there's a large amount of equity in the property. Property exemptions will vary state to state. In Missouri, there's a $15,000 homestead exemption that covers any equity up to $15,000 that a debtor may have in their real property. Equity is the difference between what a piece of property is worth and what is owed against the property. Therefore, if a person owns a house worth $150,000 and they have a loan against the house of $135,000, there's $15,000 equity. Therefore, their house would be protected and the trustee would not be able to sell the property. As long as the debtor remains current on the house and continues making those payments, they will be able to keep the property. The exemption for a mobile home is $5,000. There are other exemptions to protect personal property in Missouri. There's a $3,000 household goods and furnishings exemption that covers any household goods, furnishings, and clothing that is per person filing. So if there's a joint filing, they would get a $6,000 exemption. There's also a $1,500 wedding ring exemption per person filing and a $500 other jewelry exemption per person filing. There's a $3,000 tools of the trade exemption per person filing as well. The Missouri exemption for a vehicle is $3,000. If a debtor has $3,000 or less equity in their vehicle, they will be able to keep their vehicle as long as they continue making their payments on the vehicle and are current on the vehicle if they have a loan against the vehicle. Debtors can only exempt one vehicle per person filing. There's also a wildcard exemption of $600 per person filing, which can exempt anything not covered by any other specific exemption that I mentioned. The wild card can be used to cover any money a debtor has in the bank at the time of filing, cash on hand, additional equity that one might have in houses or cars, collectibles, and the like. There is also a head of household exemption that can be used in certain circumstances and would also cover any property that would not be covered under any other specific exemption.